Okay, we're back. Welcome to another episode of MashUp TV. And I
Period.
am Henry. And
And I am Bim, Brian, whatever you want to call me.
yes. Brian, where are you today? You look like you outside. You where were you
Listen, Jerry, I'm outside tonight. Okay, let me stop. Just got just got back traveling from we've been at United States Conference of HIV and AIDS all week in New Orleans. We survived the storm, okay,
Praise the
and
Lord.
I
It's a
flew
whole
in
hurricane, y'all.
a whole one, but we made it. We made
We
it through the
made it.
storm, okay? And I love traveling, and so I decided to instead of flying back, I rented a car and drove back. So right now I'm in Birmingham, Alabama, just chilling here, drinking my good coffee, and ready to learn about how to make some money moves, okay?
Yes. Last week, me and Brian, like you said, we were in New Orleans for the United States conference on HIV and AIDS. We got to see a lot of um, our colleagues who work in the same space as us, who like are queer serving organizations, people who are also fighting and trying to reduce like the spread of HIV and AIDS across this country. So we got to network. We learned a lot. It was rejuvenating. It was a beautiful time. Shout out to everybody. We see that Southern AIDS Coalition just joined us on IG. Thank you all for supporting us. It's good seeing you down there in New Orleans. And we're just happy to be here. Happy to be back. Happy to get back onto the groove of things. And this is a busy month for Mashup, man. Like the fact that
Listen,
we were in New Orleans last week was busy. Yo, I was in Cali the week before Joshua Tree, and you had to do this by yourself. We've been moving. We've been moving.
we are still moving. Jerry, can I talk about some of the stuff we got coming up though?
Yes.
Listen, we ain't even got time to even breathe for real because we got tomorrow. We're gonna be sweating, okay, for our Vibrant Steps class that's gonna be taught by Bryce. And if you ever have taken a class of Bryce, and we're gonna have a lot of fun. If please be there tomorrow at the Luby Center on Rosa Parks Boulevard. We're going to start at 4:30, and I'm sorry, 6:30, and go around to about 8 o'clock. Learn some new line dances, get your physical health on. Okay. Also, if you have this up, if you are a LGBTQ business, we are excited to be participating this year in a collaboration with the Tennessee Pride Chamber for those who want to get a certificate, an LGBT business enterprise certification. Please, there you go, right there. And so you'll see the link in our bio and on our website. So if you're interested in doing that, do that. I'm gonna go through this real quick. Y'all know about our Timeless Jewels. It's our 50 plus community. We do not call them old people. They are our Timeless Jewels. They have events every month. And this month, on Saturday, September the from 4:30 to 7, we having what we call timeless sex. So we're talking about sex after 50, how to have healthy sex after 50 and how that looking, okay? So we're gonna have some real grown-up conversations, okay? And then the grown conversations are gonna continue because on Saturday, September 28th, we're gonna have what we call a Black Folks Munch. And so are interested in learning about BDSM and all that kind of stuff. Now, listen, this is education purposes only when we'll be doing no live demonstrations, but we will be asking a lot of questions and getting into the things, okay? And so we look forward to seeing y'all. Y'all click the link in our bio, go on our website. The links to register for all of this is on there, and we want to see you at one of those. Shoot, I think I
Yes.
ain't missed nothing. That's just a lot for now, so we'll stop
You
there.
do a lot for now. Look, all this stuff is on our website. You go to our website
Hmm.
at www.mashupnation.org, www.mashupnation.org. You can find all this on our website. If you look us up on Eventbrite, you can see all the events that we got coming up. All this stuff is free, y'all. And
Period.
look, you can sign up for one of the Dining Dialects, the Timeless Sex event, or the Black Folks Munch event. We're feeding y'all for free. So, come up. So you want some food? We're gonna have like some good food, and we're gonna talk about sex, and it's gonna be a good time. Your community, feel free to come and be your full self, and ask the questions that you want. There are gonna be some people who are have some expertise in these areas, so it'll be a good time.
Come on with it. Yes,
Come
yes.
on, come on. Yeah, so but we're gonna get right into it because we have a special guest today and we are talking about some important stuff. So I want to, have time for us to actually get into this conversation and talk. We are bringing Miss Tonesha Talley today with Operation Hope. And we're gonna ask her to go ahead and join us on the stream now. Hey Tonesha.
Hey,
Hey, hi everyone.
happy
It's
Happy
good to
Monday.
it's happy Monday to you as well.
Yes, we're so happy that you can join us. So Tonisha, please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. So, of course, my name is Tonesha Talley. I am a HUD certified financial well-being coach with Operation Hope. Our mission is to disrupt poverty and empower economic inclusion for all. I've been with Operation Hope for about 2 years, and I actually work inside of Citizens Savings Bank and Trust on Jefferson Street.
Awesome, awesome. So, what is Operation Hope?
So Operation Hope is the largest nonprofit in the U.S. focused on financial empowerment. Our goal is to level the playing field economically. So we provide one-on-one coaching to help clients improve their credit scores, reduce debt, increase savings, become home buyers, and even grow their small business, to name a few. So our personalized support guides people in taking control of their financial futures and achieving their goals.
Okay.
I love that. It's just when we talk about with MashUp, the overarching conversation is about health, and we
Mhm.
understand health is not just going to the doctor. When we talk about health and well-being, we finances is related to that. And I understand your official title is financial well-being coach. So can you just like explain exactly what does a financial well-being coach do?
So I do a lot, but to narrow it down, I pretty much provide personalized coaching to help my clients improve their financial health. So that includes creating custom budgets, going over their credit reports line by line with them, providing debt repayment plans. So if you come to me and you're like, hey, I want to purchase this home, but I'm having trouble getting my credit score up, and also I'm having trouble saving, what I'm going to do is go over your credit report line by line, say, hey, we're going to send debt validation letters for these collections. We're going to dispute these lines that you say are incorrect. And pretty much just help someone get to do those necessary steps to achieve their goals. So we'll set a plan. If you say you want to purchase a home, okay, when do you want to purchase it by? And they say within a year. Well, we're going to do a detailed plan that's personalized, specific to you to make sure that you actually achieve that goal, and I'll follow up with you consistently to make sure that you are on track. And if you ever need to pivot, we make those adjustments. I also work with community partners by providing free workshops or letting people know about our services like I am now, just to make sure that we're making the community whole financially.
I love that.
That's really cool. That's really cool. I feel like, especially like as like a financial well-being coach, like it's like you sounds like you just kind of like staying on top of people, making plans and stuff. Like, is that
Mm.
frustrating sometimes? Like, cause I know like some of us, it's hard like sticking to a budget. Like, I don't like budgets. I'll be honest, which is kind of funny, and I probably should say that like because of my job. Don't fire me, Brian. But I like budgets from a business perspective, but not from my personal perspective.
Listen, the money's is good over here, so you good, child.
But I will say this to put in perspective how important budgets are. 70% of people that hit the lottery are broke within 5 years. So
Oh,
no matter how
Mm,
much you're working with or how little, it's important to make sure that you have a plan for what's coming in and what's going out to set yourself
mm.
up financially for success.
Wow.
wow. That's dope. That's important. That's interesting. That's interesting. So I was wondering, like, what is the importance of like you say you work with like Citizens Bank, work inside of Citizens Bank,
hmm
and Citizens Bank is a black owned bank, right? It's like the
It is.
only like is it like the only black owned bank in Nashville?
Um, I don't think necessarily for Nashville, but the thing is, we are the longest minority operated bank in the United States. So
Oh,
yeah, so when other people were counting us out, they went and they actually made a table for us, that we had a seat to sit at. So I think it's pivotal that you try to keep your money within those areas, because they are making sure, even with hiring a person like me to come in and make sure that the community is financially equipped for life, because not all banks are doing that. So you have to think about the
Mhm.
investment that they're making into the community, and the services are free to anyone that actually wants them, no matter their race, no matter their economic status. It's free. So I think that shows a lot about citizens and the impact that they want to make within the community. And it's just going to help strengthen our resources and the community where it's needed most.
So
I
basically, you're
love
saying that we
that.
should use Citizens Bank because they actually care about us.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, I had always committed myself to making sure that I had some monies or some type of connection to a black bank. And when I decided to get my house, my dad was like, "You're gonna go right on over to the Citizens Bank, okay?" And so I enjoyed having a lot of conversations with citizens in the process of getting my house. That was fun. So I love that.
I mean, I ain't gonna
Right.
tell your dad's business, but that's like interesting that your dad did that, and like he works for another bank,
Mhm.
and like he
Mhm.
still told you to go to a black institution
We going
to
to
go.
Citizens.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, and can walk there from my house. Okay, but anywho, so let's get into some conversations. Okay,
Mhm.
um, the first part of the conversation, I think we want to maybe like talk to our young people. So young
Mhm.
people, coming right out of high school, going into college, and I can speak for myself that I wish that I probably listened to my daddy back in the day when I was leaving off to go to Tuskegee University. I didn't listen to him, and I just started, getting all kind of credit cards and stuff, and just spending all kind of money and getting into all kind of debt that he had to probably pay off. But don't tell him that, okay? But what is some financial advice that you can give for young people who maybe are working but like barely just not making enough money at all? How, where do we even start?
Mm, Focus on budgeting and being intentional with your money. And you may hear me say this a lot, but financial success is driven by a budget. You have to make sure that you know exactly what's coming in and what's going out. If you're tracking your spending, identify spending habits or patterns that you may have. And I say that because I wrote down my budget and I was like, oh, I'm supposed to have this amount at the end of the month. I don't have that amount. When I started tracking, oh, my money's going to fast food. So you have to really track to see where those little $10, $12 are going that you're not necessarily adding up dollars, or it's not $200, or it's not the cost of your rent. So focus on essentials. Make sure that anything that is discretionary or that is non-essential that you cut out. Build up your savings fund. Make sure that if you're going to open a credit card, that you keep it to two. You don't want to get 5, 6 credit cards and run them up and then have to worry about containing or getting them back down, because that's a lot, especially with interest. Build good saving habits, regardless if you're saving $10, $20, $50, put something to the side, because that's going to give you a cushion. And I always say a savings is going to be the difference between a setback and an inconvenience. I would rather be inconvenienced any day than set back. And the way that I like to put that into perspective is, think about if you're driving your car and it breaks down. Well, if I have savings, I can just go into that, pay the mechanic, and I'm back on the road. If I don't have those savings, I still have to figure out how to get to work, how to get my children where they're supposed to go. And on top of that, I have to figure out how I'm going to pay for this to be fixed. So that savings can be the difference again between a setback and an inconvenience. And I'll take an inconvenience over a setback any day. And just know that financial stability doesn't happen overnight. But with small, consistent actions, you can lead to being financially successful later on.
yeah, that's some good advice. And like
Mhm.
there's a couple things that you say that I found to be like really interesting, but like even like with like saving and
Mhm.
stuff, I know it's like hard for people to save and things, but like I always think about one of the things that my mom taught me is like you always have money for life occurrences. If you just got enough money just to, like kind of pay bills or for all the regular stuff, because like life always happens.
Mhm.
Something is going to happen. Your car is going to break down, or
Oh,
something unexpected always comes up. That's just life. Like something all unexpected comes up, and like if you don't have money to like deal with those things when they come up, That's how you get set back. That's how a lot of us get in financial trouble.
Mm-hmm.
By doing that. So,
And then be stressed out too, and then that stress out lead to health concerns because you stressed out trying to figure out how you're gonna make it when you made bad decisions. So this ties into health. I'm always bringing it back to health because I think it's important to make those connections.
yeah, and then you spend
Hmm.
more money because you got bad health.
Yeah.
So look, a whole bunch of stuff. Also, like I thought it was interesting that you said only have like 2 credit cards. Is that like 2 active credit cards, or you just feel like people shouldn't have more than like 2 credit cards at a time?
Well, I would like to say, yeah, keep it low. If you already have more than two, don't go out getting more. But it's a lot. You really only need two to like purchase a home, or let's say if something happened, and you needed your car towed and they didn't take cash. You really only really need two because credit cards shouldn't necessarily let's say something that you're spending every single day. Those should just be to the side and actually help build your credit. And speaking of credit cards, if you have credit cards, whatever your limit is, keep it to 30%. Keep your balance 30% or lower, because anything outside of that makes you look irresponsible. And your utilization is actually 30% of your credit score. So I'll have people say, well, I'm making all of my payments, but why isn't my credit score going up? Well, when we look at
Mm,
your utilization, you look irresponsible to lenders when your limit is five. Let's say your limit is $1,000, but your balance is 500. That balance should be 300 or less at all times. So it's just all about figuring out the little tips and figuring out the little tricks that lenders are trying to kind of catch you up with, because they'll give you a lot of rope to hang yourself if you let them. Um,
well,
just being smart and figuring out exactly what they're looking for is the best way to optimize your credit and make it work for you.
that's cool. Oh, so like I'm gonna share this and we're gonna move to the next question. So like I know like one of my things with my like how I built my credit score up, and you can tell me if this was wrong or not. But what I used to do was like because I like because I started off with like little store credit cards like
Mhm.
right when I was in college and stuff, because those was like the main people who would give me the things, or I just had like a $500 credit limit, and I just like would put stuff on it and pay it, or I wouldn't like really charge. I would put little small things on it,
Mhm.
like gas. I would just pay it off every month. But then once I started getting more credit, they send you those credit card like promotions and stuff. So I would get like the year free credit, or
Mhm.
kind of like and I would try to keep it within a 30 like percent threshold. But then when that promotion wear off, and like I don't have like the interest free period, I'll go get another credit card and do the same thing. So I would keep the old credit card because it still like adds to like my
Mhm.
overall like credit thing. I may buy some socks or something on it, but I'm like my main credit card that I'm now using is a new interest free card. So that's just how I did it. But like
Gotcha.
now I got like 5 credit cards.
And that's okay as long as you're managing them properly. Again, we don't know what we don't know. So the
Yeah.
fact that you managed them properly, you were looking at the interest rates, you're like, hey, I don't have to pay interest. You were keeping the utilization low. That's great. If you're managing them well, that's fabulous. The only reason I say keep it at two is because a lot of times it's you can kind of get out of control, and it's a lot easier to get two in control versus it is five. But you are very much right when you say keep them open, because credit history of your credit score. So if you opened a credit card 2 years ago, and then you opened another one yet tomorrow, if you open another one tomorrow, that one that's been open for 2 years looks a lot better than the one that's opening tomorrow, because you've actually had 2 years worth of payment history on it. So keep them open. If you have an account, if you have a credit card, never close them. Just keep something small on it. So Netflix, Hulu, set up an automatic payment to where you don't have to worry about it. And it's just still building your credit, because when you have those cards, they're looking at utilization, and utilization means to use. So if you're not actually using them, it's not benefiting you. I always tell my clients a zero balance on a credit card doesn't hurt you, but it doesn't help you either. So you're right when
Mm.
you say you're keeping small things like socks, paying it off, and just showing
Hmm.
it.
I,
Well, that's good to know.
just real quick before we go to the next question, just a part B. I'm just kind of curious. When you talked about the two credit card limit, is that also because, like the more like cars you get, there's also add to like inquiries, and inquiries like actually go against your credit. Is that like a part of that too?
Yeah, so inquiries go against your credit. So every time that someone pulls your credit, a hard pull, I should say, when a lender is trying to give you money, that can drop your credit score max 5 points. So it may be 2, 3, 1, but max it could drop your score 5 points. And be very careful with that, because I'll see a lot of people that'll go get account after account after account thinking that they're building
Mhm.
their credit, and they'll do it all within like the same year. So they'll have like 4 or 5 inquiries over, you got January, March, May, July, August. They're just there. And it looks like you're kind of hard up for money when in actuality you're really trying to build your credit. And also it's dropping your score every time. So if you're going to purchase a car and you're going to let 10 lenders pull to see exactly who can give you the best interest rate, do all of that within a 30-day time frame, because it'll only hurt your credit point wise one time if it's all done within 30 days.
Good advice. Good advice. Well, listen, Jerry, I'm gonna just jump right on into the next one. This is a conversation Jerry and I was talking about the other day, because at first we were kind of angling at people who maybe don't have jobs or struggle, but you mentioned something when you talk about people who win the lottery and that big percentage of people who go broke even after winning that much money. That people
Mm-hmm.
don't think about people who actually get good jobs, and when they get that good job, that good salary, and then they just lose their mind because they didn't, have those good,
Mm-hmm.
habits and tools that you're giving us the day before they, got that 6-figure job. And so, what are some of the common mistakes that you see people who are making good money um, make, and besides just spending it all, but what are some of those common things that you see, and how can people who are of a certain age, like maybe like even myself, like in my late 30s, how do we recover?
So what I like to call that is lifestyle inflation. So
Mm,
think about you just start spending more because you have more that's coming in. It's tempting to upgrade everything. So I just got this new job. Let me go get this new car to match with this position. Let me go get this new bag. It's very tempting. However, I would
mm,
caution that you hold off on that. Try to avoid unnecessary debt, because that's really what it kind of leads to. So live below your means for a little while. Invest, and a good way to invest now, and it's super easy, Cash App. You can buy stocks from Cash App. And a lot of people don't know that, but everybody has a Cash App and you can buy stocks from Cash App. And that's just a really easy way to do it. There's other companies that you can use to buy stocks from, but that's something that everyone already has. Try to make sure that you pay off any lingering debts that you may have, um, and just focus on building your emergency fund. And then eventually you'll be able to spend that money how you want to spend it, but make sure that you're secure in all aspects financially before you go ahead and do that.
oh, I just
That's
have one more
funny.
question, Jerry. Can I give you just a little
Go
quick part B
ahead.
question?
Yeah.
Okay, you don't have to say this answer out loud. But what do you think about people who don't want to pay their student loans back? Do you recommend it?
I will tell you this. There are a lot of programs out that are to help people. Since Biden was unable to kind of get everyone's student loans removed, he did implement the SAVE program. So that is really great. If you look it up, it's on studentaid.gov, I think it's the website, or studentaid.org. I think studentaid.gov. But if you go on there, you can actually look up your student loans and you can apply to be on an income driven plan. With the SAVE plan, it actually falls off after about 10 years. So either you'll make payments or you'll make reduced payments that are based on your income. Sometimes, if you have children and your income is a certain amount, you won't even have anything to pay. But eventually, you will see them roll off. Think about if you work in the nonprofit sector, that's a good way to get those loans taken off eventually or forgiven eventually. So to pay them back, because they can definitely be detrimental to your credit. But I will definitely say that you should look for ways that you can kind of navigate not paying back as much as you would have if these new plans weren't put into place. So if there's resources out there, use them. And that's something that has been given to us recently. So, if you're not on a plan and you're paying a lot, look into the SAVE plan.
Good
Thank
answer. I
you so
like
much.
that.
Thank you so much for that answer. So because Brian was talking about me, but he was talking about
No, I'm talking about myself too. Okay. All
I
right.
don't
Asking for myself and Jerry. Okay. Amen.
I mean, it may not be the best financial plan. I'm still working my way through it. and testing the theory and stuff. But I don't know. I've been trying to convince everybody not to pay their student loans back because like I just feel like the more of us don't pay it back, then the system is broken. And like that's really I'm an anarchist in some ways, and I'm trying to break the system. So I've been preaching to everybody like, hey, I'm not paying my student loans, don't pay yours either. So
it's an
they
act of
can't get
resistance.
all of us. They
It's
can't
an
get all
act
of us.
of resistance. I'm here for it.
Put them in deferment. If you don't want to pay them, try and put them in deferment because they will take a hit with your credit, and we don't
My
want
lord,
I,
that.
I,
Jesus.
you know what? I honestly, I really don't understand how I still got good credit and I don't pay my. I mean, but let me stop talking about this too loud before somebody who works for the government start looking up my stuff.
So,
Well, listen, the people in the comments, they feel us. I see asking for me too. I see some smiley faces. They understand our struggle. Okay.
Well, praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. I'm glad that we've had some people who feel what we talking about because
Yes.
y'all. I mean, if y'all want to join me in my thing, my anarchist thing, I mean, please. I don't know about the
Yes.
state because okay, that thing because I know that I've heard about the 10-year program, but don't you like have to like work for like a government agency or nonprofit in order for it to like be forgiven in 10 years?
not for the SAVE plan. There are
Also, this is
specific
new.
programs for nonprofits, but not necessarily for the SAVE plan.
Okay, this is new. I may have to go read it. We'll
Uh-huh.
see. We'll see.
I'll email it
I'll
to you
let
later. I
y'all.
just pulled it up.
Okay, all right. Maybe we'll have another live and we can kind of discuss this again. And
Mm-hmm.
maybe I'll change my anarchist stance. But for right now, mm-mm.
Oh, somebody told me it's a lawsuit against Navi anyway, so maybe we all gonna be free one day. So here we go.
Watch out for that because there's a lot of schools that were closed and they're actually being forgiven. I've had a lot of clients that have received letters like they fraudulently collected aid or gave you this financial aid. So make sure that you watch out for that. If you went to one of those little smaller colleges that wasn't necessarily they kind of just popped up out of nowhere. Look that up. And that same website, studentaid.gov, you can see those school closings and you may qualify to get it removed.
Okay, like a
I think
Like
everybody who
Trump
went to
school. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I think everybody who went to ITT Tech, which was big in Memphis,
Mhm.
like I think those like loans may have got forgiven. Like don't quote me on that, but if y'all went to ITT Tech, you may want to check on that because I
Yeah.
know that shit was not cheap.
Yeah. Sorry, because we done went all off script. We so sorry. This was an important conversation. Okay.
It was. It was. Okay, let's get back to like one of our questions. And we're gonna try to move kind of quickly because we're almost at time. But so a lot of people, especially like young adults and like queer people, may have inconsistent like sources of income. I may make, $2,000 this week, but next week, I may only make 500. I don't have a steady source of income. So what like financial tips do you have for people who like work in the gig economy or have unsteady sources of income?
Mm, I would say just be mindful of the income that is coming in. When it's coming in, be very strategic with it. Make sure that you're setting aside money that is for necessities. Make sure that you're putting something to the side for savings. Again, budgeting is the key to financial success. I would say if you're doing gig jobs, get other ones. Make sure we're in a time where you have to have more than one stream of income to be successful. As sad as it is, we've kind of worked to get these jobs where we're making the good money and inflation is just kind of like, oh, I'm back where I was. So just make sure that you have things that are in place. Never be too proud. If you have to have two jobs, that is what it is. Be creative. If you have an entrepreneurial spirit and you like to make clothes or you like to um, let's say create flyers or something like that, get into it, give it your all. Make sure that you're just able to make ends meet, and then when you can get that extra income, that'll give you that extra push. Also, if you have a job and you don't feel like you're making what you should make, think about a water bottle. I should say a bottle of water is worth a lot more. Apply for new positions. Look
Mm.
up ways that you can get new certifications or increase your education. You just really have to be disciplined and stick to the plan, because long-term goals and achieving those are going to set you up for success versus instant gratification, just taking the short way out. So
Mm.
just be mindful, be cautious. We're all grown, and we know sometimes I know my rent is $1,000, but I only made $500. Okay, I know I need to work a lot harder to get that additional $500. So just being disciplined and staying on task and making sure that you're saving.
Yeah, I think
My
that's smart.
goodness.
That's smart. And I
Yeah.
know, like, also what I think about sometimes is like the way that we spend money and stuff is important, and like
Hmm.
being smart with the way you spend money. So one of my friends, I was just out to dinner with her the other day, and like she went to go pay for dinner, and she pulled out this Gap card, and I was like, why you use your Gap card like for dinner? And she's like, this is how I pay for my children's clothes, because she has like two toddlers. So she said
Hmm.
that like she used her Gap card and it gets her points. And like I think we like the dinner, like probably like the dinner, like and she paid for a couple people and stuff like that. So like I think it was like a work expense that she was gonna be reimbursed anyway. But like just from a dinner, she got like $35 worth of points on her Gap card, and she was like, "Now I'm not paying $35 for these babies' clothes. Like I'm gonna use this free stuff." So that was like how she saved money, which I thought
Okay.
was super smart.
Yes, and that makes so much sense. I always tell my clients, if you're going to get a credit card, get one with rewards, because the day you carry a balance over 30 days, they're going to charge you interest. So
Yeah.
always get one with rewards and use them to your best ability. Like you said, she's going to get reimbursed for that, and she still got an extra $35. So she came out with a win.
Hey, we love a good scam. Praise the Lord. It's not a
Win is a
scam.
win.
This is a come up. Uh, we got one more question for you. So, what financial tips do you have for older people who are trying to, who may be struggling with debt and still kind of thinking about retirement?
Okay. So I would say start by taking a close look at your finances, line all of your debts up. Try to remove the credit cards first if you have credit card debt, because those interest rates are pretty high and you can actually save you in the long run if you can knock those out. If you're older, if you already own your home, try to use the equity that's in there to leverage it for a consolidation. Keep your credit good. If your credit is good, you can always go get a consolidation loan and take 8 payments and make it one, and one set interest rate, and you can just kind of alleviate financial burdens that way. Um, if you have items that are of value that you no longer use since you've gotten older, sell them. There's a lot of different ways that you can make money if you have skills. Let's say if you were a teacher previously, tutor, get some additional money that way and just knock those debts down. Be very consistent. I like to tell my clients use the snowball method, line them up smallest to largest, knock them out as you go. And then at the end, once you've paid off little small debts, you're like, okay, I can keep going. I can pay off my car now. I just paid off this credit card. I can pay off my car. I can pay off this hospital bill. It's just, again, always about being consistent, and being disciplined. And you can really make anything happen. But when paying down those debts, just still make sure that you're setting money to the side for emergencies, because as you said, life happens. And if anytime that you need personalized care, and that's for any of these questions, I'm always free to help people on their journeys with their financial future. So whatever it may be, I can definitely provide a tailored, personalized plan to assist.
I love that. And like one of the things
Yes.
I love that you mentioned was like paying attention to like the interest rates and paying credit card debt off first, because its interest rates are so crazy, like
Mhm.
25%. Like those are wild. So like that's one of the reasons why, I don't even try to carry balances on credit cards because it's just wild.
Mhm.
But like even like it's like better for you to pay credit card debt than if you have medical debt. They don't charge interest on medical debt.
They
Like,
don't.
yeah,
And you
and
can't put
then
anything on there that's under $500. So be mindful of that. If you have a medical bill on your credit report and it's under $500, that's illegal.
oh,
Dispute it.
take
Get
it
that.
off.
Yeah, take it off.
Mhm.
That's
That's why.
illegal.
That's why people that get that care credit for those who have dogs, and they just get the $500 care credit in case it's a little. So that's for my pet owners. They know what I'm talking about.
Oh my gosh. But yeah,
This
they
was
can't put anything on there over 500. Well,
yeah.
under.
Listen, this has been. I have learned something today. This has been a great conversation. I know we're going to continue this conversation in different forms of some of our different initiatives that we have going on. But what do you have going on that people can come to and connect with you? What you got coming up?
So I do want to let everyone know Operation Hope will have a Uplift Nashville event October 24th. Our founder, John Hope Bryant, will be there. And if you don't know who John Hope Bryant is, please look him up. Please look him up. He's a phenomenal businessman, and he's taken Operation Hope to levels that no one ever imagined. And we're still soaring. Um, to listen to him is just to be empowered, and hope, empowered with hope. You can always say, hey, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, but we actually give you the tools to make that happen. So if you want to know more about us, see our founder, please come out October 24th, 10 to 1. We're going to be at the baseball stadium, the Nashville Sound Stadium, and everything is free. We're going to have little um, food for you to eat, whatever it may be. Also, again, free services. I'm always offering free coaching if you want us to stop by Citizens Bank or reach out to me to get signed up.
Thank y'all so much. What y'all doing for the community is very impactful. It's honorable. It's admirable. Thank you all so much, and we need more people to know about these because I really feel like there are a lot of people who just don't even know that these services are free. You know what I'm saying? That we have somebody right here in our community who is helping us. So thank you so much. You're doing the work of the Lord, sis.
Look,
Thank
y'all,
you.
I feel like there was a couple years like people always like watching these financial people on YouTube and stuff, and like I know like there was a lot of credit repair services. Y'all got
Hmm.
Tonesha out here giving y'all advice and helping you make plans for free. So y'all
Period.
go see her. And she's you're at where are you based out of again?
Citizen Savings Bank and Trust on Jefferson Street.
On Jefferson Street, right in our neighborhood in North
Mhm.
Nashville. Go see Tonesha. She right there. So
Yes.
thank you so much again for all your work and for everything. We will definitely be posting the Operation Hope event on our social media. Hopefully, we'll be supporting you.
Yes.
And we just want to thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you so much, guys. I really enjoyed my time here. I'm so happy to spread the word about Operation Hope. I really appreciate it.
All
Thank
right.
you, and we'll see y'all next Monday.
See you
Period.
next Monday.
Bye.
Bye.